Well, it's 15 degrees and snowing outside here at the Burn Food Cookout. Usually this time of year when it's this cold, the pit stays cold. But I was going through my archives earlier today and I saw this video footage I almost deleted. You know, it was actually one of my best cooks of the whole season. Very simple. All I did was salt and pepper, a little garlic, maybe a vinegar mock, but a clean fire that this pit really put out incredibly well. It goes to show you that sometimes you don't need all the crazy rubs and all the tools and gadgets and all the fun stuff. You just need some meat, smoke, and a little bit of time. I hope you enjoy this video. Today's cook, we're cooking some baby back ribs. Just got a couple racks of baby backs. And you know, baby backs are known for tenderness, but not necessarily flavor. That said, nobody's ever said I can't stand the flavor of baby back ribs or something. It's just that the spares tend to have a little bit more bump to them, if you know what I'm saying. But today I'm just gonna put some salt and pepper, maybe some garlic salt and pepper, just basic rub. Not even any of the fancy rubs that I bought and accumulated over the years thinking it's gonna elevate my cooking to a different level. I'm just gonna sit here and put some salt, pepper, and garlic on some ribs, smoke them. Might even do just the simple plain old way of Sweet Baby Ray's, like the #1 barbecue sauce in all of America, like dominant, 50%. So maybe this is the way that everybody else makes their ribs when you get out of being an aficionado and thinking of all the great ways to make up ribs. You just go back to bare bones. Let's see how the mill scale treats bare bones. All right, let's go.
You know, there's something therapeutic about the tradition and the ritual of just coming out and clearing out the ash from the smoker and getting everything ready to go. Getting the charcoal in there and wondering, is this going to be that really great cook? Is everything going to pan out well? I'm going to get the last of this charcoal out, see if I've got any more left. Selecting the right piece of wood, not too big, not too small. Position it. How am I going to do it this time? Well, today I'm just going to put a couple pieces on both sides, and then we're going to make a little, fort. A big piece to go in the back, and we'll get maybe a smaller piece to go up here in the front, and then we'll light our cubes. Really doesn't matter what kind of fire starter you use, and you don't even have to use this, but sometimes you just got to build a little confidence and get the fire going. For me, this is a real victory to be able to start the fire within the pit instead of, using the charcoal chimney and bringing the coals over. When I first got this pit, I had to do that, and it felt really dangerous carrying those coals all the way over and doing that. But now, using a flamethrower and some wood and charcoal, I'm able to get this thing going. Just make sure to open up all the vents, get everything going, and we're going to have us a fire here pretty soon. Just for a little extra boost, we'll close the door and get this thing going. When I'm doing a practical cook like this, I don't go overboard with the prep. These ribs were a spontaneous purchase from the grocery store, so I'm sticking to the basics. No overnight brines, no complicated binders, just the meat and the fire. I'm going with a simple approach for the rub today, mostly salt, pepper, and garlic. As a matter of fact, McCormick's makes this garlic salt that we keep in the house, and I'll just add a little pepper to it. I want to taste the pork and the wood smoke, not just a mouthful of sugar and paprika on top of the already sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. When the meat is good, you don't need to hide it behind a dozen ingredients. You'll notice I'm going fairly heavy on the coat. Since these are on the offset, there's going to be a lot of moving air and it's going to be taking a lot of heat. So you need enough crust to stand up to that environment, but not so much that it cakes up and prevents the smoke from doing its job. Once these are coated, I'm just letting them sweat on the counter a little bit for a few minutes while the firebox gets up to temp. We're looking for that tacky texture where the rub starts to melt into the meat. That's the signal it's time to head to the pit. As I'm placing these ribs on the smoker, I'm trying to balance how much heat they're going to get and then also how much smoke they're going to get. The closer I put them to the front of the smoker, closer to the firebox, they're going to get a fair amount of heat. If I place them, a little bit closer to the smokestack, they're going to get, a little bit less direct heat and more of that smoke. And so I opt to kind of go a little bit more towards the middle.
Cool, got battery.
All right. We got the smoker going. And actually, just to show you how the temps are holding out on the smoker, here's a picture from the old fireboard. Held pretty steady for a while. Came to check on my first wood change probably about 30-45 minutes after the initial. Everything's looking pretty good. No complaints here. My thought process with the wood here is let's go ahead and let's chop away some of those wood pieces that are down below, and let's turn this guy that's on the top. We'll use him as the base for our next layer. So we'll go ahead and put that over to the side, get the coals ready, and then find us another good piece of wood, a bigger piece to go in the back, and we'll lay it there and maybe flip it around a little bit, but that'll be a good piece for the back, and that'll be our next great base. Then I'll find me a little piece of wood that put in front of it that'll catch pretty quickly. This right here is one of the ultimate joys of just seeing that wood actually finally catch just a few seconds after you do it. I'm going to go with a mop today, just a simple mop, vinegar base, North Carolina barbecue. Again, trying to keep it as simple as possible. Salt, pepper, garlic, a vinegar based mop, nothing too crazy, nothing too silly. I'm not going to wrap these ribs. I just want to get a little bit of flavor on them and some moisture to go alongside of it. It's taking me a little while to figure out my process here, but really you just want to make sure that they're all taken care of and the ribs are looking good and doing well as you're going through the cook. You don't have to do too much to them. You really just let the smoker do its thing. 30 minutes later, come, look. These guys are looking pretty good, I tell you what. Give it a whole hour now. And man, the red color is really starting to come out. You can see the crust from the pepper that we put on. It doesn't take a lot of rub in order to get this thing going, but man, these look really good. This right here is the last bit of footage I have. I'm giving these ribs one final mop to tack up that glaze, and I remember thinking at this exact moment, these are going to be the best ribs I've ever made. And that's exactly where the story ends. By the time these came off the pit, the family was at the table, and honestly, we were too hungry to care about the camera. We ate the evidence before I could even think about a final shot. It's not the perfect YouTube ending, but was the perfect burnt food cookout ending. In the end, the cook is for the people, not the lens. If you want to see a cook where I actually managed to save the final result, even though I had to wrestle a hidden bone to get there, click right here to see that crown roast journey. I'll see you over there. Take it easy.